Hi, in this video we are going to look about the types of attributes: nominal, binary, ordinal, numeric, discrete and continuous. So let's see one by one what are all the different types of attributes and what are they. So the first, let us look into the nominal attributes. So what is nominal attributes? Nominal attributes usually relates to the names. It means something relating to the categorical. You can also refer it to the categorical. And this value of the nominal attributes always refers to some names or of things, and the values do not have any meaningful order. For example, if you have a marital status, so marital status could be single, divorced, married, so it does not have any order. See here, you have a single, you have a married, divorced, widowed, so you have some status here, but these status do not have any order. So that is what is meant by nominal attributes. It will be categorical, but you will not have any order. And even the sex, male and female, it will also not have any order. And then gender, again male and sex, it will not also have any order. So it will be a nominal attributes where relating to some names, whereas it will not have any particular order in it, that are referred to as nominal attributes. When you come to the binary attributes, so everybody knows binary attributes are zeros and ones. So either 0 represents one state and 1 represents the other state. And in binary binary attributes, you have two. It represents two things. One is symmetric and the other one is asymmetric. So what is symmetric? So both the states 0 and 1 are equally valuable and it does not carry any of the weight. For example, you have male and the female in the sex. It does not have any weight into it. Male are also equal, female are also equal. So that is what is symmetric binary attributes. When you come to the asymmetric attributes, both the states will not be actually equally important. The 0 state will have different weight and the one state will have the different weight. For example, the rarest one by represented by the value 1 and the other by the 0. For example, COVID-19 positive will be represented by 1. That is COVID-19. If it's a positive, you can represent by the state 1, and if the COVID-19 is a negative, you can represent by the state 0. So obviously now the states have different weightage. So it means that it is this sort of zeros and ones are represented as asymmetric binary attributes. When you come to the ordinal attributes, so this is an attribute with some meaningful order or some meaningful ranking in it. But however, when you have an order or ranking, the magnitude between the ranking will not be explicitly shown. For example, you have a grades O, A plus, A, B plus, B, C, and also suppose you have a grades professors, associate, assistant. So you might have some orders, but however, what is the exact magnitude between these two orders? What is the ratio, interval ratio, or what is the gap between? That's what we are saying, magnitude. Between the orders will be not explicitly shown. Usually these ordinal attributes will be used in surveys. The next attribute is interval scaled variables. Interval scaled variables are measured on a scale of equal sized units. So this interval scaled attribute scales always have order that can be positive or 0 or negative. For example, the temperature or the calendar dates are called as interval scaled attributes. Always when there is a proper interval between one variable and the other variable, we usually call it as the interval scaled attributes. Suppose the temperature of 20 degrees Celsius is 5 degrees higher than a temperature of 15 degrees Celsius. So between the 15 degrees Celsius and the 20 degrees Celsius, you have a ratio of 5. So likewise, between one variable and the other variable, if there are proper interval is there, then you call it as a interval scaled variables, and these interval scaled variables will be of numeric. Ratio scaled attributes, so this is also a numeric attribute with an inherent 0 point, and this value can be a multiple of the another point, and these values are always be in the ordered. For example, if you want to compute the difference between the values, or if you want to compute the mean, median and mode values, in that case you use for the ratio you use the value or the attribute called ratio scaled attribute. And the next one is the discrete versus continuous attributes. So always you say the floating variables 20.2, 20.3 are called as the continuous variable, and the whole numbers are called as the discrete variables. Usually when you say how many students are there, you say like 5 students, 6 students, that you call it as a discrete. And when the numbers are in floating point, then you call it as a continuous. You also say that when a particular attribute is not a discrete, you call it as a continuous. But there is also another point here. In case if you have a interval, like if you have 2.2, if you have 2.2, and then if you have 2.4, and then if you have 2.4, and then if you have 2.6, and if the scale, that is interval scale, or the ratio between these two variables are equal, then you can call this also as a discrete, though it is in floating point. But if the variables are like 2.1 and 2.3, and if it is like 2.4, the scale, the interval scale between this is not equal. In that case, you call this as a continuous. Whereas if the interval scales are equal, you can call this as a discrete, though it is in floating point also. So these are all the different attributes that we saw today in our video. I hope everybody understood it. Thank you.